we are talking about confidence. Now, this video is for those people who may be struggling with confidence, may lack confidence at the moment. And because of that lack of confidence, it's holding you back from opportunities. It's holding you back from reaching your full potential. It's holding you back from operating in your greatness, holding you back from operating in your purpose. So this video is for you. And if you say, Michelle, I'm good, but there's going to be a moment where maybe your confidence weans, save this video and come back to it, because it is truly going to be that dose, that pump of confidence that you need to help you get through not just today, but your career and your life journey. So where this video came from, over the weekend, I watched the movie Air, which is the story of Nike's courting of Michael Jordan, for what we know now today as Air Jordans. So it's a good movie, by the way. But one thing really stuck out to me as I was watching the movie, and that was everyone, the people, the leads, their true confidence in Michael Jordan's ability, their unwavering conviction that he was going to be great. So Sonny Vaccaro, who was a Nike executive at the time, saw Michael Jordan play, saw his confidence that he had on the court, and believed that he was going to be great. And that belief drove him to really put his career on the line for Nike to go after Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's mom, she believed in his abilities. She had confidence in who he was going to become. She had confidence that he was going to be a great basketball player. So she negotiated an unprecedented deal with Nike, which now has changed the way athletes are endorsed by companies, by shoe companies, or just in general organizations. So she changed the game at the time because she believed in his abilities. And Michael Jordan, he believed in his abilities as a basketball player. He knew that he wasn't just good, he knew that he was going to be great. And not only did he know that, but he delivered on that promise. So all three of these individuals truly believed in Michael Jordan, and they had that strong conviction that he was not just going to be great, but that he was going to be a legend. And so now I turn this to you, who may be saying, Michelle, I'm not trying to be a basketball legend, but you are going to be a legend in your own right. And right now you are creating legacy. Now, do you have that same confidence and conviction in your own abilities, that you're not just good, that you're going to be great? So one thing I want to talk about before I go deeper into this conversation of confidence, and again, feel free to put in the comments here your thoughts or comments. If you've seen Air, put that in the comments as well. And if not, go check it out. Again, it's a good movie. But before we do that, I want to differentiate between confidence and arrogance, because oftentimes people get those two confused and they say, Michelle, I don't want to come off as arrogant. Okay. Well, I want to differentiate the two so that way you know the difference and you know which lane that we want to operate in, which is a space of confidence. And confidence is believing in your abilities. It is celebrating your gifts and owning your gifts. And oftentimes Christians say, well, Michelle, I don't want to come off as not being humble. And so I don't really want to own my gifts, because then I come off again as arrogant. And I say, we want to celebrate the gifts that God has given us. When we do that, when we operate in those gifts, we're being good stewards with the gifts and talents that he has given us. And that's what he wants for us. He's given you your gifts and talents, not that you can shy away from them, but that you can be thankful for who you are, thankful for the talents that you bring to the table, and own that and be confident in you. That's the first thing. Now, arrogance is different, because arrogance isn't coming from a place of positivity. Arrogance is a sense of looking down on others. So I'm not celebrating me, I'm actually looking down and putting down others. That's coming from a place of arrogance. And oh, by the way, if that you are arrogant and putting people down, you are actually the opposite of confidence, because that comes from a lack of confidence, because you're not owning you, but you're putting down others. And so I will share the confidence, it's me versus me. Like my competition is the woman in the mirror. The person I compete against is me because I want me to be better. I don't need to look down at others and want them to fail because I want everybody to succeed because I believe there's enough for everyone. So, in having that mindset, it makes me celebrate me and celebrate others from a spirit of confidence. So, always got to share that because people get it confused. And I'm like, we want to celebrate who God has designed us to be. So, again, if you are tuning in, I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts. Feel free to put that in the chat because I want you to be a part of this conversation. Yes, it is me versus me all day, every day. So, let's talk about then this point of confidence. Then, now that we know the difference between the two, how do we start to own confidence? And so, the first one is knowing and owning your superpowers. Do you know what makes you great? Do you know those things that when you do it, you're like, this comes natural to me and I love it. And I'm good at it, by the way. Not only am I good, but I'm great. And oftentimes we don't do that assessment of what makes us great. So I encourage you to make that list of what makes you great. Where does your greatness lie? What is your superpower? And if you struggle with that, I'm going to give you two assignments. The first one is take some quiet time to really think of times when you've done something really well that you were proud of. And then another way, maybe if you have that blind spot to your own greatness and you don't see it within yourself, you can ask others. Or you can think of times where people gave you feedback on things that you did, tasks, capabilities that you have, behaviors, traits that you display, positive feedback you receive from others where they're highlighting your greatness. Just take time to mill and look at that list and then say, oh, okay, what do I agree with? And what, maybe people see this in me, but, maybe it's not what I would call my superpower. But from that space becomes a part of self awareness. You've got to start to be self aware on things that you do really well as your own opportunities for improvement. But that's another video. But I'm staying on confidence. So we'll keep it moving, but just take time to reflect on your greatness. Now, as part of that, right, you have moments where something, if you say, Michelle, I am great as a project manager, but maybe a project that you had didn't go well, and that may shake your confidence. And I've been there too. I will tell you, there was a time when I was starting and I was doing a marketing video talking about myself, talking about Journey Unlimited, and just really sharing what I do and why I do it and why I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Let me tell you, the video was bad. Like it was beyond bad. It was bless your heart bad. And if you're from the South, you know what that means. Bless your heart. It was not good. And in that moment, when I couldn't come up with the words. I just felt so like paralyzingly nervous. I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know where to look. And they were trying to direct me, but because I was so nervous, I didn't know what I was saying or how to say it. And it's like I couldn't articulate anything, and it was just bad. Now, again, a bless your heart moment. I could have taken that and say, well, I thought I was good in front of a camera. I thought I was good at speaking, but I'm not. So let me, do something different. Or I could have said, wow, Michelle, you didn't do well. But that's just one data point. You have so many other data points to show that no, Michelle, you are good at this. You are good at speaking and being on TV and being in front of the camera. And so this one data point doesn't negate all the others that prove it to be wrong. And so I want you to think for that for yourself. Sometimes we beat ourselves up because we have a bad moment. And we take that moment and say, I'm not good at this. But you have so many other data points that are proving you wrong. That's proving the contrary, that you are good at that. So don't allow that one data point to change your confidence in what you are good at. Okay, is that a deal? And so again, if that message stuck with you, put it in the comments, put it in the chat. Would love to hear some feedback from you all. Have you had that moment where you said, ooh, that was not good? And then if you want to share how you recovered from that, you can. If you don't have to. But would love to hear your thoughts and your comments. So again, believe in your abilities and then look at the data points and what is it really saying about your abilities versus taking that one bad moment and letting that ruin your confidence and weighing your confidence. Oh, this next point is so good. And so I need you to come a little closer and hear what I'm about to say. Confidence does not equal being comfortable. I want you to let that resonate with you. Uh, just because you're nervous about something or uncomfortable about something doesn't mean you lack confidence in your ability. Nervousness, that's just a physical reaction. Sometimes we get nerves when we're about to present. That's okay. I'll share when I was on college, I used to be on the dance team in college, and we practiced for weeks and weeks for the halftime show. I kid you not. Every time we were about to go on the court, I thought, how does this routine go again? And my dance team members would be like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, we've been practicing this for weeks. But it was always that moment of like nervousness that I always forgot what I was supposed to do. And even now, as I speak across, to different organizations, I speak for Journey Unlimited. I speak for, I'm on stage a lot in moderating different panels or moderating conferences or hosting my own events always. And I love it. I mean, when I step on stage, I feel my heart singing. I know that that's where I'm meant to be. But I kid you not, right before I have to do something, I get nervous. And it's these little butterflies. And one would say, oh, Michelle, you're nervous. You're not confident. No, I'm nervous. That's just a natural reaction to me having a little bit of these butterflies. And I don't shy away from it. I lean into nervousness. Because when I lean into nervousness and not let that say, oh, Michelle, you're not good, or oh, Michelle, you're not confident, and that's why you're nervous, that's negative talk. But when I lean into nervousness, it keeps me on my toes. It keeps me fresh. It keeps me from allowing myself to just go through the motions on stage. So it keeps me on my toes. And so instead of fighting the nervousness, I lean into it. And that allows me to be fully present on what's happening around me. So for you, if you have those moments where you're nervous and you're a little bit anxious and you're not comfortable, that's okay. Lean into it. Don't allow those emotions to make you say you're not confident in your ability. Because, oh, by the way, if you are taking a stretch assignment and leading now a larger organization, leading now a larger team, you're moving from individual contributor to manager, you're going to be nervous because it's new. But that doesn't mean that you're not confident in your abilities. It means I will work through this. And I'm going to lean into that nervousness to allow me to be fresh, to allow that to keep me on my toes, to allow me to be present. Oh, that was good. Write that down. Because oftentimes we think the opposite. And so the other thing I'll say is the last thing I'll say here, because I know it's coming at 15 minutes here, is in terms of confidence. You know me, I'm going to say it's all about the words we speak. And what we typically say is, I lack confidence. I'm not confident. And so you are allowing those words that you speak negatively impact your ability to be confident because you're coming from a space of negativity. You're allowing that lack thereof to pull you down. You're allowing that lack thereof to say that you can't do it or you won't become it, or it's going to be so much harder for you to do it. I want you to change your mindset, change your wording. Is to say, I'm growing in it. That means I'm coming from a neutral space. I'm not coming from a space of negativity. I'm coming from a neutral space, and I'm going to grow in my confidence. I'm going to learn and develop in my confidence. I believe I'm good here, but I'm not as confident that I am. Well, I'm going to look at the data points. I'm going to look at feedback. I'm going to be okay being nervous, and I'm going to allow myself to practice to get more data points to give me the confidence that I need. But I'm going to come from a place not of negativity, but of a neutral stance, because it's easier to go from good to great versus from very bad to great. So just a lesson there, because I'm always going to end with changing your mindset, changing the way you approach the topic. So keep this video, because you may need a reminder. Share it to others who you've heard them not have confidence in their abilities, and allow it to encourage them as well. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's LinkedIn Live session. I'm trying new things. So I'm trying to do the Thursday, seeing what day works for most people, but I truly want to do more of coming and sharing with you. So again, Michelle Glover with Journey Unlimited. Be sure to follow me on all social media platforms at My Journey Unlimited, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Journey Unlimited. Again, thank you again for tuning in, and bye for now.